This is footage from a cooking show that I do with my wife. It's a paid gig that we've been doing for over a year now. And every time the show comes around, I feel very grateful to experience doing something I love with a woman I love. And it's not just the cooking show that we do together. Pretty much every activity I enjoy, she enjoys too. My wife is remarkable and makes me a better man. But I didn't always get to experience this type of king-queen relationship. Like various aspects of life, I didn't get taught how to do well with women. I must have missed the "here's how you attract the woman of your dreams" class at school. I was also a boy who experienced the pain of 2 divorces before I was 16, so long-term relationships like what I have now were not high on my value list. As a result, I spent over a decade chasing women, and when I reflect on that period of my life, I realise I was doing practically everything in my power to repel the queen of my dreams. At 27, I decided to recalibrate my actions, beliefs, and approach to women, and within 18 months of doing so, Catherine entered my life, and I haven't looked back since. In this talk, whilst you watch us make spring rolls, I want to share what I changed with the intention of helping you attract a queen into your life if you so desire it. And if you plan on being an unboxable king, I'm pretty sure it's high on your list, so let's get into it. Firstly, I deleted all the swiping pussy apps. Being on them offers a host of problems. It gives off really needy energy vibes, it fucks up your dopamine levels, and it distracts you from getting clear on what you actually want in a woman. And let's be real, is swiping and praying really the actions of a king? If you say, "Oh, I don't get to meet women anywhere else," that is painful cope, and by saying it you manifest that reality to be true. Women are literally everywhere, and if you follow the next steps, they will find their way to you like you're a magnet. The second step I took was to stop chasing fast women in the wrong places. Hookup and one-night stand culture is attractive to little boys who can't control their urges and need the consistent validation that they are enough. Equally, are bars and clubs where high-class women hang out? I'll let you find the answer for that for yourself. The third step is I stopped the porn. There's a host of gurus and reform porn content homies who make this to be a difficult step, but really, just choose to stop. Porn is gross, and if 2D titties and fake screams are for you, then have at it. But once you do stop the porn, you'll be amazed at how differently women treat you. I believe that they can smell it on you, and it fucking stinks. Fourthly, I chose to be celibate with the intention of waiting for the right partner. For context here, I mean no sex. And again, if you can't control the urge, that's on you. What you have to realise is steps 1 to 4 are far too hard for most boys, and that's why they stay single, chasing pussy and never finding their queen. And if you want different results, you have to operate from a different energy. The good news is that if you can complete these first few steps, you will create a space in your life to attract from. The good news is that if you can complete these first few steps, you will create a new space in your life, and it's from this new space and this new energy that you can begin to attract in what you actually want. It also means that you won't be controlled by your little wiener, and you'll stop being a slave to your impulses. Once I made this new space, I started a list of what I wanted in a woman. I wrote down in pen what she looked like, what she did, how she talked, what she was into, how she smelled. And I looked at this list every day, and I added to it consistently when I thought of new things. And this is definitely like wacky sounding to most bros out there, but my now wife ticks at least 90% of those boxes that I wrote down. And if you don't define what you want, who will? The next step I took was to stop growing fruit I thought women wanted. I always thought that if I could just figure out what a woman wanted and then provide it, she would choose me. And this actually worked a few times, but eventually I'd get burned out from growing a different fruit to who I actually was. So when I let this go and focused on growing my own tree and growing the fruit of my authentic self, I tapped into an endless, infinite pool of energy. And what this also did was ensure that when I did actually find a woman who was attracted to my authentic fruit, I wouldn't have to ever change who or what I was or what I was into. She would love me for who I was. She would love the fruit that I'd naturally produce. And this happened. My now wife loves so many aspects of me that I really thought were unlovable for a long time. I then decided to start living as the purest, highest version of myself, and I pursued becoming a better man every day, building better, being better, expressing myself more authentically. I went all in on me, and I let go of the need for a woman. and this allowed me to accelerate my growth as a man and tune into who I really was and start operating as my king's self. Finally, I practiced patience and just waited for her to arrive after I'd taken all of these steps. I didn't go looking for her. I knew that I'd become a magnet for the right one, and it was only a matter of time before she found me. And when she did, I made her wait. I didn't need her or her pussy to make me feel whole or worthy, so I didn't jump into bed with her. In fact, we were friends and lived together for months before we progressed to a sexual relationship. And the turning point for me was when we spent a week apart, and I missed her company, I missed her conversations and her energy. Importantly, not her pussy. And I realised that with her I was becoming a better man. She was accelerating my growth, and so I decided to reconnect. We stayed friends for a couple more weeks, and then when I could bear it no longer, I released the beast, and we got into it. We've been together ever since, through thick and thin, and because of this methodology, she does not control or dictate how I feel about who I am. I'm also not a slave to her pussy, and if she needs time off rolling in the sheets, I'm cool with that. And I just love having her around for who she is and who she makes me. And as I said earlier, she ticks all of the right boxes for me as defined. I can't guarantee this approach will unequivocally work for you, but I'd bet my net worth it's going to be more efficient than slamming vodka Red Bulls whilst trying to pick up some hoe from a bar and scrolling Tinder while she goes to the bathroom, and I've been there. So to summarise, you first remove the walls of the box keeping you horny and single, those walls being the porn, quick pussy, and growing the wrong fruit. This reveals the king energy that absolutely already lives inside of you, and from there you can tune into it and get clear on who and what you want, and then you operate as a king from that energy. You stay patient and let it all unfold before your very eyes. When this works and you do find a queen, let the sirs know via a comment. And to Catherine, my sweet lady, thanks for being you, and thanks for making me more of who I am. Much love and onward. Thanks for watching, and stay free and live as the king you are meant to be. Peace.